Greetings, beautiful viewers. This is Smitten, and welcome to episode 10 of Bronze League Bravehearts. Today we are taking a look at the Legend 1996, or otherwise known as Amok in chat. He is in Bronze what? He's in Bronze 2, and he's going to be playing either mid or solo today. Mid or solo, right? I believe that's what he told me. And so, yeah, we'll be taking a look at that. We're recording this live on stream at twitch.tv/Smitten, so if you are in Bronze League and you are looking to get spectated live and get put up on the YouTubes, get all that E-fame, head on over to the stream. At the very start, we will be doing Bronze League Bravehearts for the first part of the stream, and then viewer games and ranked after that. So come in, sign up, hang out with the Twitch fam, having a lot of fun here. Taking a look at the bands across the board, over here on Red Team we have Athena band! Athena's band! Yay! I feel like we're making progress! By episode 10, we finally got an Athena band. Right at the first pick in band phase, man. At the very first band. God, Athena. Yes! Ao Kuang also banned. Honestly, I hate this god, and he's stupidly overpowered. I think it was on episode 9 or 8 where we saw an Ao Kuang mid, and they just, like, it was a team comp that shouldn't have worked, but it worked because of reasons? If you want to go check it out, it's on the channel. You should know. You should know. This is episode 10. Sirket banned out on the other side, and it looks like they missed their second ban because XT isn't available for play and ranked anymore. If you guys always wondered, the new god is banned out in ranked automatically for the first like 2 or so weeks. Typically it's not available until the next patch, which hasn't happened yet. We do have a PTS available today. Today is Friday, September 18th, 2015. So PTS is live. If you guys want to go test out the patch before it's live, go download it. It's a lot of fun. It's something that I used to do quite often. Red team, we have Kepri, because they missed their like second ban over here on blue team. Blue team's slacking, man. We got Kepri. That's Kepri, man. This is gonna be so exciting. We haven't seen a Kepri yet in Bronze League Bravehearts, and I can't wait to see what they end up doing at the bronze level of play. I can't wait to see the plays, man. It's either gonna be hilariously good or hilariously bad. Either way, it's gonna be a good time. Alpush, probably going mid. Amok knows that Alpush was one of my favorite gods. He's one of my diamonds. He was amazing, and then they killed him twice. They killed him twice into absolute oblivion. Like, he's difficult to play, but if he can really get one up on his mid laner, he's going to be doing just fine. I like to play him solo. Solo Alpush for life. For life, nerds. Over here on blue team, looking at Bellona, Apollo, and Geb. Ugh. Ouch. Geb and Kepri kind of, they work in similar, like their ultimates are typically, they're basically, no, his shield, Geb's shield and Kepri's ultimate, they're essentially the same thing, except Kepri's is like way more overpowered. If you don't know what Kepri's ultimate does, if he casts his ultimate on a teammate who's like in the middle, you know, you got your jungler out there, he's tier diving, he's tower diving tier 2 at 10 minutes. Lots of T's in that sentence. And your Geb can just come up and be like, whoop, shield. It's fine, protects you. Well, if Kepri ults you in that situation, if you end up dying, if that nerd ends up dying at that tier 2 tower, he's actually brought back to life and is repositioned to wherever Kepri is. So I've seen some stupidly annoying Kepri plays where we're in the middle of this like super intense, very important team fight, usually about in the middle of the game, and we're fighting, everything's going fine. I've almost got this nerd dead, and then all of a sudden, all I see is this Kepri will just go bloop, surrounding the target, and I sometimes have a hard time letting go of my left click. And he just ults, and then he just floats away into the jungle, and you just sit there and you have to hold that. You have to sit there, and you have to be like, alright, I hit him. I hit him, and I knew I wasn't supposed to. Neith and Thor locked in for our red team. The burst damage. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god, what is that team? Kepri, Alpush, Neith, Thor, and Hubwa. Oh. That late game is gonna be weird. Early game should go to Alpush, Neith, Thor. But the control with Khepri, Thor, and Hubwa mid team fights and late game team fights should be enough to keep their team alive, because they have two insanely squishy mages that they're glass cannons. Both Hubwa and Alquash are glass cannons. Apollo, Bologna, Geb, Janice, and Tyr on the other team. That is so much tankiness. You've got two warriors and a guardian. Oh my god. The CC on the other team is just out of this world, but so is the CC on your team. I mean, you've got pretty much like standard slows on Alquash just across the board, and you got the stun if you can catch Bologna healing, or if you can catch Tyr healing in team fights. That could actually work out in your favor, but global presence by Neith and Thor versus the global presence of Janice. Janice, Thor probably pretty much tied for global presence. Janice, of course, his ultimate opens teleports all the way across the map in a straight line. Thor, he can only teleport himself, but he can come in and he can like peel off for you. So say you're out of position and all of a sudden you've got like 3 nerds on you and you're trying to take mid camps. All Thor has to do to kind of help, if he doesn't have his wall up for some reason, and if he's just feeling like, hey, let's use our ultimate, he can actually ult in there, stun them, and then teleport out rather safely. I've seen it happen, and you see it used often with Thor. Let's look at duo lane. Khepri Neith up against Geb Apollo. Geb Apollo, Khepri Neith, they're going to have about the same amount of clear. So it's going to be really interesting to see what team actually ends up pulling out ahead. Khepri being able to hook onto Apollo, I'm not sure if that's going to work. I mean, you are silenced. You can still auto-attack whenever Khepri comes up and grabs you. You can still auto-attack, but you can't use any of your abilities. So he's not going to be able to mez out of it. He's going to have to try to mez him before he gets grabbed, and that's like split-second timing. As far as just wave clear potential, Neith should have that just fine. She's going to be able to handle her business. Khepri's going to be able to roam around the map a lot more freely, assuming Neith doesn't take a lot of autos to the face. But we are here spectating the Legend 1996, playing Alquash, my man. Not sure if he's going solo or mid. I'd be really surprised to see Hubwa in mid. Hubwa isn't played very often anymore. You know, to be honest, I don't think I've seen him really in Season 2. He hasn't had much of a presence. Especially not like he had in Season 1. Season 1, you saw Hubwa picked all the time. As a matter of fact, you saw him banned out most days. So I'm assuming he's going to go solo, because he's far too squishy to be up in mid, especially whenever they've got Bologna Janice. Hubwa gets caught out really easy, and he has 2 escape mechanics. He's got his I don't know, his soggy tissue or whatever it is that he rolls out of this carpet, whatever. Increases your movement speed by a little bit, and then he has his ultimate, of course, where he is CC immune, and it travels you, a fair amount of distance. I'd like to see him in solo. I don't know how I'd feel about solo Hubwa up against solo Tyr, though. Oh, we're in game. Gotta pause quick. If you guys have never used the spectator client, it has a tendency to be very buggy. So bear with me while we deal with it. I'm still a spectator noob. We're learning as we're going. Together, chat. You're learning about Conquest, and I'm learning about how crappy the spectator client is. You know, they say you shouldn't drink coffee when you're about to do any kind of voice work. And I say, you're not a person if you don't drink coffee before you're about to work. You're not a real person. Right, what's your start? Looks like you are going mid. Breastplate start on Khepri? Are you clapping? Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to tell you guys, this is, like I said, this is recorded live on stream. This is a game that is happening right now. We're about 2-3 minutes behind the actual time of the game, but he's playing it right now. So he knows that he's being recorded, and he's showing off the legendary plush skin. Probably one of my favorite legendary skins in the game. I actually think I like the legendary skin on Outpush more than I like the diamond skin, to be honest. But I do like the concept of the new diamond skins. Like, the newer diamond skins are so much better than the older ones. I remember when diamond skins first came out, dude. That was hype. That was super hype. Soulstone on Hebo. Hubwa. Soulstone Hubwa. We're with with Sash. Interesting. Where? Okay, you are going mid. Why? I was about to say, are you the jungler? No. Oh, what a nerd. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so before we even get to the minion spawning, I already have something to talk about. Something that to keep in mind whenever you're playing the game. We always, at the very start of the game, there are various methods and ways in which you can start in your jungle at the very beginning of the game. There are various ways, and you know, if you've got mid laner anywhere other than with your duo and ADC, then they probably haven't played the game in a long time. That, or they jungle main and just ended up with mid. So it's a little tell for you. They're either super noobs, or they're just not paying attention. Either way, it's adorable. I've done that several times myself. So it's gonna be solo push. Hell yes, my man. Who are you going up against? Tier. Correct? No. Yeah, you are going up against Tier. Okay. Solo outpush is something that I do often on stream. It's something that I'm very familiar with and very comfortable talking about. So I'm going to have all sorts of tips for you here. And the first thing that I want to talk about is your start build. Whenever you're going to play outpush in solo, you get mana buff, which is fantastic. You don't have to buy a billion mana pots, even though I still do, because you've got blue buff every 2 minutes. Well, something you have to keep in mind, the meta for solo lane is typically going to be warriors. So you're going to see the Tiers, you're going to see the Bellonas, you're going to see the Guan Yus, the Hercules, occasionally the Rando Chalk. So knowing that information, you can put yourself ahead by your start build. So I like to do Vamp Shroud into Breastplate. Breastplate will be the first item that I purchase in the game. It's got a nice amount of physical protections. I believe it's 75 physical protections. It gives you a chunk of mana, and it also gives you something that is quite precious to outpush, and that's CDR. So, first things first, your build. That's how I would do it. Now, Lost Artifact does have its benefits as well. It gives you the 15 magical power plus the 5 MP5. So, it is helping out the mana problems, son, just a little bit. But I really like the protections coming out of Breastplate, especially going up against a Tier who's already building Emerald Talisman against you. So he's going to build into Stone a Guy immediately. So I'd be surprised to see you doing any amount of damage to him. You're really going to have to rely on... You're really going to have to rely on the stun to really kind of set up any damage. But as outpush coming into this lane, focus on farm. You can poke him out eventually, but make sure you're killing that wave. If you get behind as outpush in solo, it is so difficult. Because then not only are you losing farm, but he's bullying you, which means that he's doing tons of damage to you, and you're probably going to take a lot of damage from the minions. You got here first, so your pressure is far superior to his. Alright. Very specific situation. Tier versus outpush in solo. It doesn't happen very often. As a matter of fact, outpush doesn't get played. Outpush doesn't get played very often. At all. Let alone in solo lane. So, outpush has a very beautiful mechanic in his kit off of Fleeting Breath. And I know you've probably heard about it before, but let's talk about that mechanic just a little bit. So, what do you know about Tier? Tier has a knock-up. He has a, giant semi-AoE chunk of damage on his 2. And then he can switch stances he can get it. He's got a dash, and then he has a heal. So whenever you see a tier in blue stance and you're playing Outpush in solo, try to tag him with Fleeting Breath. Fleeting Breath only gives you one corpse on the ground, and if you can, in the perfect world, you're going to land Fleeting Breath not only on tier before he switches to blue stance and heals off of his cleave, but you'll also hit a little bit of the minion wave. So you don't want tier to get any kind of pressure here, because if you get caught out at all without minions and he's got any sort of damage coming from his own wave, he's gonna fearless you and you're gonna die, because Outpush doesn't have escape at all. You're letting him zone you right there. See, we were just talking about getting behind in the wave pressure. And now Bellona's here. Oh no. Oh. Push, you're so squishy and so vulnerable. Center your tower. Good. Did you get bored or something? I think Bellona got bored and just decided to walk up. She's baiting you, so be careful. Don't take the bait. There you go. Clear the wave. Very proud of you. There's a corpse back here. Very nice. That's your wave clear, though. Looks like Hubwa and Thor are rotating over for gank, though. That's fantastic. He's going to hit level 5, and he's going to be able to ultimate out of here if this is an issue. Oh, but there's a big gank coming. Thor's going to ulti it, and it's good. The wall, the ults, the Berserker Barrage, and you get the kill, baby. First blood going to my man, Amok, in solo playing Outpush. My man. That was perfect. That was free. That actually couldn't have gone any better than it ended up going. Holy crap. I am so proud of you. Look at you. Big man on campus. Alright, alright, alright. You're still taking archer damage. Okay. So, a little bit of a breakdown on a mechanic. If you guys are going to lose gold to the tower, if you've decided to just go ahead and, alright, I'm taking too much damage from this creep wave, and they cross the threshold, in order for them to, like, de-aggro off of you, you have to get past this point right here. You have to actually get behind your tower and stay there for a second or two until you actually see the arrows coming off the archers going to the tower. It takes just like a half a step of a second, and it will de-aggro. Yeah, put that tier in his place. Who died? Who's the feeder on your team? Aw, Kepri. You're level 5 though. You probably saved your Neath. Tellian beads. Yeah. Stone of Gaia completed. Over here on tier. What are you leveling? Oh my god, he's even leveling it right. Okay, another little thing about Outpush. Outpush, his passive has to do with these little zombies, right? That are placed all the way, that come out of his 1 and his 3. They leave little corpses on the ground. You can either use them for explosion damage with the corpse explosion, which is your second ability, or you can pick them up off the ground and regenerate a little bit of your health and a little bit of your mana. It's actually percentage based, so building health or mana on Outpush is going to play off your passive a bunch and help you out. But he's even going with my very specific solo push ability prioritization, and that's putting 4 points into Undead Scourge, and then from there maxing out Corpse Explosion. The reason why you want to put 4 points into Undead Surge is because at rank 4, 2 zombies come out of the first ability instead of 1. It does more damage, and of course it's more healing if you decide to pick it up. I like your positioning. See, even though you know you got first blood on the tier, you still know that this is a dangerous situation. And you know that it took 3 people in order to take tier down. And not only did it take 3 people, it soaked up 3 ults. There you go. Just try to keep the farm away from the tower. And you should, like, outpush is clear is fantastic. Typically, once you've hit level 8 or 9 with outpush, you can, you're going to use 3 abilities to clear it. But you should be able to rotate out after that. And by the time you've got to a lane, because you're so slow, you should have that mana regenerated. Alright, he's taking a lot of damage right here. You could poke him a little bit. Your blue is available, so is his. Very nice poke. Now he's got protections. Oh, he healed himself. That's a stun. Oh, but the gank from Thor! It's so beautiful! I'm so proud! Oh, the ultimate coming out. The double tap is... No, don't dive it. Don't dive it. You don't have any mana. Oh, that was still good. Stone of Gaia, it gives you magical protection. There's no physical protection in that, but it does give you a little bit of extra health. And since Tyr's a warrior, he's slightly more tanky than your assassins or anything like that. His base health is chunkier. He's chunky. Are you warding or invading? Aw, good boy, you got wards. I'm really surprised that this tier hasn't, now, whenever we're doing Bronze League Bravehearts, we are going in, we're spectating a singular person and analyzing that person's position and everything that has to do with it. But if I see an opportunity to talk about something, to give you guys a tip, then I'm going to do it. So, if there's a Thor in a game that you're playing, if you are the solo laner and the Thor is on the other team, place a ward right here at Fire Giant. Because if a Thor is going to come gank your lane, he's going to start his ultimate right here to come smashing down on top of you. So if I was this tier, I would ward right up here next to the enemy blue, and then I would ward right here in Fire Giant to see if Thor was coming over for a gank. But as solo lane, it's really difficult to pay attention to your minimap sometimes, but like, you should hear the ping from the ward saying, "Hey, there's a nerd nearby. He's coming to get you." Just pay attention. If at the very least, listen for the ping. Ah, he did it! I'm so proud. Thors have been dunking down onto a lane from Fire Giant since Thor came out. It's like probably the most standard thing known about Thor ults. They're coming from the Fire Giant, so keep the Fire Giant warded early. I'm so proud of this tier, though. That's awesome. Okay, I like that you're building into boots immediately here. Oh, wait. We gotta watch this. He's bullying you a little bit. He's trying to waste your time. There you go. Oh, damn. Your Hubwa is rotating like a boss. Okay, it looks like Tears kind of picked up your pattern a little bit. Earlier, you were nailing him with the slow and fleeting breath combination before he was able to heal off of it, and it looks like he's able to predict you a little bit. Oh, the sad poof! The sad poof is whenever you use your corpse explosion and it doesn't actually hit the corpses and it just goes poof instead of like that like super satisfying explosion sound. I wanted to comment on your boots. I do like that you're going the power boots here because it gives you a little bit of penetration. You only get 10 from it, and since Tyr has built protections against you, you're not going to do that much more damage, but it is going to help you out a little bit. It always makes me cringe when I see people go CDR boots. Oh, the dream. The dream. He's got magical protection, though, so this might take a lot of damage. Alright, ultimate down. Okay. In this situation, our friend, the legend, has already won the situation. With Hubba coming in for the gank, and it caught Tyr off guard a little bit. With Hubba coming in, all he had to use was his carpet, and he used his water spout, and then whatever the knockup is called. He just used 3 of his abilities that aren't super mana intensive, that don't really mean anything, and he traded for Tyr's ultimate. So you know Tyr's ultimate is at this level. Where are we? Tyr. So it's on cooldown for the next 90 seconds. So that is a lot of time that you can abuse the fact that he doesn't have his ultimate. That's his CC immunity. Like, he doesn't have beads. Or does he? Is he a good boy? No. He doesn't have beads. He doesn't have ages. He doesn't have anything. So, you know, for the next 90 seconds, all of your CC is going to wreck him. So, you won. Very nice. He has a ward there, so he sees the Hubwa. Oh, he killed the zombie! Good. Good boy. Solo lane. This is why they call you Solo Island. While there's a huge team fight over here happening in left lane, we're doing the cha-cha. No need to waste your mana on him right now. That's what he's trying to get you to do. Just worry about the wave. Oh, very nice. Oh my god. Hubwa, I'm sorry that I ever decided to doubt you. Soulstone's not a favored mage starter item because it doesn't fix any of the problems that mages have at the start of the game, which is what the starter item is supposed to do, is help you with the very beginning difficult stages of being a lonely little mage nerdling. That's why you see Vamp Shroud always on mages, because it has the health and mana regen that they need. Mages get poked out really, really easily because they have a very low health pool. So Soulstone really doesn't do anything for a mage except make them more magey. I don't know. It could have its benefits. I just don't think anybody's found a way to make it work quite yet. Alright, what's your next item? Breastplate! My man. Amok is at the streams all the time, and he always hears me nag about the builds for Outpush that I see. Now you're 1-0-0. You're about 300 gold ahead of that tier, which is awesome. Some of that is the kill that you got off of him earlier and the farm that he missed out on. But as far as like lane control, he's definitely got one up on you. I think you're just too concerned with trying to poke him. You could go help them. The max number of people that you want to have splitting a buff camp, it's the most efficient at 3 players, and that's the max number. Are you rotating to mid? Okay. Let's let this mid rotation play out before I decide to go on my little spiel about it. Okay. So we're trying to kill Bologna here. That's the objective. Everybody is in mid. Are you gonna let him back? Yeah. You don't let him back. Tell that nerd he better bend the knee before he tries doing it. Alright, what are you doing now, though? Alright, your lane's here. Now what do you do? Why are you still looking at Bologna? Why are you looking at Bologna? Oh. God. Oh, God. Okay. Sometimes Outpush has a hard time being relevant, and this is probably the most adorable little episode of it. There's several different features at play here, and the first of which is tunnel vision, and it's so cute. Okay, let's watch this rotation. My man coming in like a boss. He's like, yo, I got boots 3, I'll get there eventually. He's hold up. Like, save one for me. Aw, the whiff. The Thor whiff. Stunned out the bludgeon though. Okay, so what do you see? You're like, alright, lane's clear. Check. Oh, low health bloater. Where do you think you're going, nerd? Alright, yeah, I taught that nerd. Frickin' Ballona. OP ass god. Oh, I see my tier. Hey, tier. Where you going? Actually, you don't even care. I think you, like, for a split second there, you, like, turned and you looked at tier and you followed him for a little bit, and then I think you saw Ballona still there and you were like, this bitch didn't back yet. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, wait, my team! My team is fighting!